Hello! This week's photo was taken in 2020, the year of the pandemic. It had been a really, really stressful year, and we got married. So we wanted to go on a honeymoon, but somewhere that was obviously going to be a bit isolated, and we just wanted to relax and chill out. What a year. So we went up to the Pyrenees and we stayed in the same town for 10 days and just explored the local area. And it was beautiful. And one day we were really lucky that we could go to a cheese factory. It was a friend that worked there, invited us to her cheese factory, and we spent all morning making cheese. And then we sat outside with a picnic of their cheeses, some breadsticks, and some local wine. And we felt that we were integrating a little bit into local life and how local people lived and worked. It was, what nowadays we call slow travel. What's slow travel? Let's find out more.
Okay, so you know that feeling. You get back from a quote-unquote vacation and you're just knackered. Like you need another week off just to recover.
Oh, absolutely. The packed schedules, the rushing around, it's exhausting.
Exactly. All those flights, the crazy itineraries, that feeling you have to see everything. It often leaves you needing, a real break. So today we're going to dig into something different, a concept called slow travel. It's potentially a whole new way to think about our journeys.
It really is. And slow travel, it's not just a buzzword. It's a genuine alternative approach.
Yeah.
It emphasizes exploring at a much more relaxed kind of mindful pace.
Mindful pace. I like that. Where did this idea come from?
Well, its origins are actually quite interesting. They lie in Italy with the slow food movement.
Yeah.
The one focused on local food traditions, sustainability.
Great slow food.
And also the City-Slow movement. That applies a similar slow philosophy to how cities and towns function, promoting community, a calmer pace of life. So slow travel takes those ideas and applies them to tourism. It's really about proper immersion in the local culture, not just skimming the surface.
So it's about going deeper, not wider, staying longer in maybe just one or two places instead of hopping around.
Precisely. It invites you to stay longer, fewer destinations overall, and to genuinely engage with the local community, see daily life unfold.
Experience it like a local might, perhaps.
Yes, exactly. And doing it with a conscious thought towards your own well-being and the environment, too.
Which feels like a world away from the usual holiday dash.
It's a huge contrast. Think about typical trips, often rigid, jam-packed schedules, multiple places, short stays.
That checklist again?
That checklist, the must-sees that, you said, often just drain you. Slow travel, though, it embraces flexibility. Plans can change. You stay longer.
And you make real connections.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Real local connections. So you come back feeling genuinely refreshed, maybe even inspired, definitely not depleted.
Okay, I'm sold on the concept. But how does it work, practically speaking? What are the actual changes you make? What does slow mean day to day on a trip?
Well, there are a few core principles we can look at. One big one is slow transport.
Okay.
So choosing options like trains, maybe cycling, walking, even boats sometimes, over flying whenever possible.
Right, lower impact, but also you see more along the way.
Exactly. The journey becomes part of the experience itself, not just a means to an end. Then there's local accommodation.
So avoiding the big international hotel chains.
Pretty much. Opting for, local guest houses, staying with hosts, maybe small family-run places, eco-lodges, that sort of thing. Your money stays local.
Which ties into the environmental side, too, I guess. The reduced footprint.
Absolutely. It's about being conscious of your impact. Less flying is a huge part, yes. But also, staying put longer reduces your overall travel footprint and supports that one community more deeply.
Makes sense.
And of course, you can't talk slow travel without talking local cuisine.
Yes. Food.
Definitely. Eating where locals eat, shopping at the markets, maybe even taking a cooking class, really getting involved in the food traditions.
So instead of rushing through, say, Italy in a week.
Right. Imagine instead maybe renting a small place in a Tuscan village for a month, learning to cook some local dishes, getting to know the shopkeepers.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Or perhaps a cycling tour along the Danube discovering little villages at your own pace, not dictated by a rigid tour bus schedule, or learning a traditional craft from a local artisan somewhere. It becomes a lived experience, not just a tour.
That paints a really appealing picture. It feels more substantial. Beyond just feeling less rushed, what are the sort of deeper benefits, the takeaways?
Oh, there are quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
A major one is genuine cultural understanding. When you slow down, spend time, maybe learn a skill like we mentioned.
You connect more.
You really connect. You forge more meaningful relationships, start to appreciate different ways of life on a much deeper level. It's not just observation, it's participation. Then there's the economic impact. Your money is going directly into the local economy. Small businesses, families, artisans. It supports the community you're actually visiting.
Which often doesn't happen with big package tours.
Very true. And for your own personal well-being, it can be transformative. It's not just a break. It can be a really meaningful life experience. Thinking about how we travel, not just where. Some research even suggests this deeper engagement boosts cognitive flexibility.
Interesting. And the environmental side seems crucial too.
It's fundamental. By choosing, let's say, quality and depth over speed and quantity, slow travel is inherently a more sustainable way to explore. It minimizes harm and can even contribute positively.
So really, it's clear this is much more than just, a passing fad. It feels more like a philosophy, a way to genuinely engage with the world.
It absolutely is. And it leads to, I think, a really interesting question for everyone listening to consider. What's ultimately more fulfilling for you? Is it knowing one place really, really well, intimately? Or is it collecting experiences across many places, but maybe more briefly?
That's a great question.
Yeah, how do you want to balance that structure versus spontaneity when you travel? What does embracing a slower pace mean for your adventures?
Something definitely worth reflecting on for your next journey.
Conversation points for travelers. Depth versus breadth. Is it more fulfilling to know one place intimately or to experience many places briefly? Structure versus spontaneity. How can we balance planning with leaving room for unexpected discoveries? Local immersion. What skills or traditions from different cultures would you be interested in learning? Technology's role. Does digital connectivity enhance or detract from authentic travel experiences?